Before the weekly analysis begins, I just want to let you know that I do have a Patreon page. We have two tiers available. The first tier is called Start Off for £15 a month, and what you will receive is access to a Discord server containing the beginners, intermediate, and advanced course, risk management course for Elliot Wave trading, as well as financial literacy content. This tier is also for those who want to learn at their own pace and generally just support what I do and just join a community of like-minded traders. The second tier that I have is called the Waveologist for £35 a month, and what you receive is everything that I mentioned above with the addition of specific chart requests for me to annotate on a daily and weekly time frame, and one-to-one support or group sessions depending on how many people have subscribed to this tier. The group or one-to-one sessions are for those people who want a little bit of extra help with their Elliot Wave education, and also give the opportunity to ask me as many questions. Please do keep in mind that these are going to be 1 hour sessions depending on how many people have subscribed, and also I would say please do consider joining. It is really good value for money, and without further ado, let's get into the analysis. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, guys. This is going to be my Elliot Wave Count for pound, yen, pound, dollar, and gold. But first of all, any views or opinions that are expressed in this video do not constitute to trading or financial advice. So let's get started here on pound yen. So obviously from I think the previous 2 weeks or even the previous week as well, I did say that we are sort of in this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sort of expanded leading diagonal. However, I did do my Elliott Wave Count again, and I also found other possible scenarios that we could be in play. And I did change up the weekly and the monthly or the higher time frame count as well, which I'm just going to show you guys alongside the sort of lower time frame count. So let's just start on the higher time frame first. Let's say on the monthly. Let's put our annotations in here. Let's go back down to the weekly so it's a bit more clear. And obviously I did say that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here to end, and what we are currently expecting is this sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulsive move to eventually come in to sort of begin our new cycle to the downside. However, I also thought that this could be considered as a 1, 2, and then a 1, 2, and then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, giving us a 1, 2, 3, an ABC into a 4, and then a 5 up, completing our wave 3. And what we have here is an extended, extremely extended wave 3 count, and where we are currently is in this sort of wave 4 to then come down, maybe take out these bottoms to then get one more push to upside for our wave 5, and then we might see that one more push down. And the reason why I say this is because if you was to go into a sort of smaller time frame, every single move here that you can see is kind of moving in 3 waves. It hasn't given us the impulsive sort of move that we want. Like, this is not an impulse. This is not a one, a wave 1. This is an A, B, and a C into a W. And then we have another A, B, and a C, which gives us an X. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into an A, B, C into a B, and another 5 waves down. This is an A, B, C. So this is basically our sort of Y wave, right? An A, B, C, right? Or a ABCW, ABCX, another ABCY, and where we are currently in this market is a wave X to then continue one more down to a wave Y. And in this wave X, it seems to me that we might have a triple combo in it as well. And so if I show you this, so it's an A, B, C, that's a wave W, A, B, C into expanded flat, wave X, a 1, 2, 3 into a wave Y, an X, and where we are currently is in this A, B, and it looks like we're coming for that final stretch C to give us our wave Z. So a W, X, Y, X, Z to complete our wave X in the higher degree. Okay, and after this wave X is complete, what we'll then get is essentially one more push down for a wave Z to complete our wave 4, and then we should expect one more push up high to give us our 5th and final leg. So that's another count. This is another scenario that I have in mind, and at the end of the day, I am expecting more downside. Instead of this being a WXYXZ, this could also be considered as a WXY, where we have a WX and then this is a A, B, and a C. I don't really think that will be a case. I've seen a few people that I know personally do it, but the problem is that it's gone way beyond the 1.236, and it shouldn't go more than that. You know what I'm saying? And usually a wave W, or sorry, a wave Y, we usually hit around the 61.8 and reject, and then we get a sort of move down, and it didn't do that. It was an impulsive move straight away. So this is like a 3-3, and then it does a 5 here, and then it does a correction, and then another 5, so an A, B, and a C. So I'm going to consider this to be a B, C into a Y right here, and we have a W, X, Y. This is a elongated X, and then we're going to have a wave Z to complete our wave 4 back down. So the overall bias for this week, I would say, is sort of to the downside. So let's move on to pound dollar. Pound dollar is moving, as I said last week in one of my scenarios, that we have a W, then an ABC into an expanded flat, and then we have this sort of rejection now come in, and I'm pushing the market back down. Are we now going to get a sort of a move up and then move back down again, something like that, to complete our wave Y, and then a complex correction, and then we're going to get that push to the downside, completing our wave 4 before we then get that fifth wave push to the upside. And then that will complete a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulse move to the upside. And then once this fifth wave is complete, we will then get a nice corrective ABC structure back to the downside, as a correction to then continue pushing up even more higher. So for this week on pound dollar, I would be saying that we would be much more bearish, even the way things fundamentally are going. I would say we are going to be bearish, so I'll be looking for some sells. But yeah, that's pound dollar. Let's go into gold. So gold has been moving up nicely. So we have a 1, 2, 3, a triangle into a 4, and then a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a wave 1. And this is completed, and now what we're seeing is essentially a B, C correction down into a wave 2. And that will pretty much give us the setup for a wave 3 and sort of to push even higher. So we have a wave 1 here completed, a wave 2, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a wave 1 of wave 3 completed. We then have a wave 2 of wave 3 that's going to be completed, and then we will then get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into a wave 3, 4, 5, and then that will complete our wave 3 in a higher degree, wave 4 to then to come, wave 5 to come, and then wave 5 in a higher degree completed. Obviously that's the long-term sort of view, but in terms of the short-term view, we are in this wave 2. I won't be trading this at all. I'm just going to let the market do its thing until I get sort of a confirmation in and around 50 to 61.8% rejection of this market. So in and around these levels, in and around this level around here, we're going to look to see what happens, and if we do get a nice price action confirmation, that is our first sort of signal saying to us that we're going to look to buy it. We won't buy it straight away here. This is really very risky. What we'll do is we'll have a nice trend line. Once the trend line breaks, broken market structure. Once it's retest, we see a nice impulsive move in that break, and we see a nice corrective move within that sort of retest. We can then look for price action confirmation. That's our second signal to go in, and then we'll look to buy it and see how you ride it from there. But in terms of the short term, I think for this week we might see some bearish movement coming on gold, as we have completed a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulsive move, and yeah, that's my sort of outlook so far on these three pairs. I do have a short coming tomorrow on Wednesday regarding this triangle, so I hope you guys do like that, and I hope you guys do like the video in general. Please do comment, share, like, and subscribe. And I do have a Patreon for all those people that are interested in mentorship. And I'll see you guys on to the next one. Take care.